Are the people ready for this? Because this is gonna be fucking awesome.
They better be ready. They better be ready because we're wetting your palate right now. We got a great guest on for this upcoming podcast on Go With Your Palate. We got King Kyote. He's a musician. He's a surfer. He's got a great story. He's got some amazing music. Really happy to have you on the podcast. And, well, let's talk about some of the shit we just talked about.
Dude, we talked about that AI does not match the human connection. It doesn't match the heart that actually goes into music. And you definitely prove that because you're an inspiration, I think, on your road and your journey here. So, yeah, computers, sorry, dude.
Also, make music for yourself.
Yeah.
If you're going to make music, and if people love it, it's like wine, like food, like anything else. You make it for yourself and put it out in the world. See where it goes. Inspire somebody.
2026. I'm over computers.
So yeah, I think that's where we're going. We want real.
Yeah, and we enjoyed hearing like you sharing your origin story with us and how you got to where you're at and the impact you're making and the story that you share, and you put a lot of heart into it. And we're definitely, I think you found out now, like we're fans.
Yeah.
And we've been rooting you on, man. We're happy to have you in Napa Valley. You're gonna be rocking out Quilt & Co.
Yeah, happy to be here. Really stoked to be here. Thank you.
So when you're like talking back about like the whole album and kind of the way that you're going to structure that storyline, do you have that vision prior to recording? Does it happen at some point during recording a number of songs, or is it like afterwards and you're like, this is the story I want the album to tell?
I've never set out to intentionally write an album that's like got a theme to it or anything.
Yeah, not like The Wall.
Not like The Wall. Not like The Wall.
That's one hell of a story, though.
yeah, or any Pink Floyd for that matter.
Yeah.
But it's like, but I'm constantly always kind of have ideas, and my writing process really like ebbs and flows big time. Like sometimes I don't feel creative at all, and most of that comes from just finding consistency and like kind of almost forcing yourself to write and stuff. But I think there's always songs that are ongoing that sometimes take, weeks, months, years to create. And then there's like going in the studio and you're like, oh, I'm going to intentionally take, mine this song out, and bring these ones that I already have. And I'm going to go in and intentionally, or set out to intentionally like write some songs that might fit with those other songs. Yeah, I don't really have like a set process.
Yeah.
A set process. Like I like writing in the morning most of the time. When I do write, I feel most creative like with a cup of coffee after waking up. But yeah, like that's just the songs. Like I do want to, I want to assemble the album as the ride, as that, like what you were asking me about.
Yeah.
It's like that, like a peak and like valley, like does it crescendo,
Yeah.
Like I want that ride on an album, and that's more of like, okay, if you're not Pink Floyd and every song's going into the next, you can take each song and go, which one's going to fit right here in between these two, and then which one's after that.
I mean, that's got to be,
makes sense.
Yeah, that does, and that's got to be a fun part of it. I mean, at the end of the day, that's like you're assembling a full piece of work.
Yeah, that's like the fun. That's like the end. That's like the last thing you do. Well, you kind of think about it through the process, though. As you kind of, because you normally want to go into the studio with a whole grip of songs and then kind of refine it down. Like you gotta kill some ideas sometimes, or figure out what works. You want it to be a cohesive body of work, but it can be a cohesive body of work of like however you want to do it.
And what do you think? I know we touched on this a little earlier, like AI being...
Here we go.
Yeah. It's, well, I like to look at industries that seem to be insulated to some degree by AI. And just thinking of what are they not going to be able to replace humans with, human thought with, and I mean, all while trying to maintain kind of our civilization and culture and connectivity between humans, which seems to be maybe the biggest risk on a bigger scale of what it will bring is like just an overall laziness. But I also think that desire, like we're all, well, I'm going to go back to COVID. COVID really showed us that like we all want human interaction.
Yeah, and need it.
And yeah, we need it,
Yeah.
definitely. And so, music for me, like I love it live. Like and I became way, way more appreciative of it after COVID hit, where it's like, okay, this is like the event itself, the vibe at that place, and like wherever it is, whoever it is, it really is a huge difference maker.
Yeah.
So when you think about AI in music, and knowing that you can pick and choose some of these little, bits and pieces that are bullshit that, are just going to make things a bit more efficient. But what do you see as kind of like the future of AI in music and how it's going to affect the industry or your career, if at all?
Yeah. I don't really care about AI in music.
I don't care about it in wine either.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't do anything for me. It really doesn't move me. Really doesn't move me a whole lot. Like I have strong opinions about it though. Like I don't think we were talking about this earlier before we started the podcast. Is like AI is not gonna take over what playing in San Francisco last night.
Yeah.
It's not gonna take over tasting different barrels of wine that you have going and figuring out like how they're the same strain of grapes taste different in 3 different locations.
Mm-hmm.
AI is just naturally, I think, gonna have its course of like in commercial work and things like that, which affects people's jobs.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big conversation to be had. But as far as it always seems to come for the art first, doesn't it? But it's like it's not going to replace sweating in some rock and roll club, and putting together, it's not going to put together my life and into music and into songs and into music.
Well, it almost seems like the desire for human-made products.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't just mean like, a bottle of wine or I don't know, a knitted sweater, but like music is a human-made product.
Mm-hmm.
And so like my wife, every once in a while she'll hear something. It's like, okay, that's AI. And it's just like, she can't stand it. She's like, this is, there's no like, even if they have that sort of like affect or whatever, like it comes through in the voice. Like you're like, yeah, that's not really something. That's not really someone. That's So I think there's this authenticity that's like missing with it, and I think that goes for probably all art.
For sure.
Where like you want to know that the person behind that piece of art this was something that they created based upon whatever was going on with them. It's all a part of the human evolution.
Yep.
I think that's going to stay. So
Yeah.
I just think it's intriguing to think like, I don't know, man. What the fuck what are we gonna do with all of this data that is just clogging up the airwaves?
Yeah, using up all of our water. But
yeah,
I also always kind of step back and try to look at things from the other angle, and like I never want to be the old dude, some old head like sitting there going, well, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that and like don't do that. Like if a kid really loves creating with AI and writing songs with AI, and it broadens their worldview and makes them feel good and like they can collaborate with friends and do stuff. I mean, that's incredible. I just like, you have to kind of like I mean, maybe I'll eat my words one day, but like I feel like you kind of like have to define it. Here I am saying I got to put it in a box. Because I think we have this. I think we also have like this. AI is the enemy. When I'm like focusing on what I do as an artist, AI kind of is the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. Like it's I think it's soulless. I think it's just like I said, it doesn't really do anything for me from an artistic standpoint. But like it obviously has incredible applications around the world and like can help us. It's just like we have to like.
You gotta have some boundaries.
I guess yeah. The dude sitting here saying no, don't do boundaries is like we need boundaries, but it's like I think what also it is that we're such in the beginning stages of this is that this is where the conversation is, and it's like, is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. Like I think that we have defined that at least in our lifetime, it's not going to replace the things that we love. Luckily for us, you know, I don't know if people love like analytics and data entry, but
well, I don't want to lose.
Yeah, that's where the good shit is. That's where it's like, yeah, please just you know, let's not waste our time on that.
Right.
I just don't want to see the loss of human connection.
Yeah.
And I think embracing the perfectly imperfect. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I also think that you've touched on this in another interview, which I thought was very insightful too, is like, you know, live shows. I knew growing up, we would always want to get those live albums because that's where you could get something doesn't go right. Maybe there was a miscord, but then there's a new riff, you know, and something that you can catch and see how people think on their feet because that's life, right?
Yeah.
Not everything is perfect. And I feel like, for me, in my opinion, that's what AI is kind of painting. It's like, ask me, I'm just going to tell you it's all right. It's all perfect. But that's like, I don't feel like that doesn't vibe with me because I think then we start losing that human aspect of it.
Yeah. I think art is life, and to truly celebrate art is to celebrate the perfectly imperfect. It's like my favorite thing about music, and for instance, like go listen to the Rolling Stones, any of their songs, you know. Go listen to, you know, Sympathy for the Devil, and it starts off with these shakers, and it's like you can hear, or the Beatles going into. You can go online and listen to all the stems from the recordings of like, you know, Abbey Road and stuff, and it's you hear like people are doing stuff. You know, it's like you're holding your instrument. It's not perfect. There could be like it's like somebody like coughed.
Yeah.
Like, you know, whatever. I don't know. There's things like that and so many amazing songs that we all love. And it's like baked into the ether of the song. It's like these things are alive.
Yeah.
These things are alive, and to be completely sterile and sterile, pristine, like perfect digital things is like, this is not my bag. This is not my bag.
Yeah, and I think I can see it even in entertainment, like on a different aspect of even like acting. There's so many movies or stuff that people can watch with just they love these parts, and then you kind of get the behind the scenes story or the backstory. And you're like, that wasn't planned, that was improv. Yeah, you know, this whole aspect of just adding in their whole thing or saying like, I was actually supposed to go out this door, it didn't fucking open, so I said fuck this, I don't want to use your fucking door, I'm going out the back. You know, and something like that can change into this epic scene. But it wasn't supposed to happen that way.
Yeah, like
AI would have had you going out that front door.
Well, we were just talking about Hangover, and also like, you know, Will Ferrell does it all the time. Like, good luck being on a movie set with Will Ferrell when he's just going, you know, straight up improv and not laughing your ass off. Like, I don't know how these guys do it. It's hilarious.
Yep.
But yeah.
But and how many of those scenes do we like to even see people break, dude? SNL is fucking famous for that, and we'll still love those scenes because we love seeing these people that are like just they can't even hold it back, you know. And so
improv is like one of the most anti-AI things ever because it's truly utterly because like I go get my shit together and then jump up on stage and do the best delivery of that song that I can that night. And I try to be perfect. I think comedy and things like improv and stand-up, like they go out and work their set, you know, in public. I go retreat into my living room by myself and like write a song and like figure out this song and like, you know, try to make it as perfect as possible. And then go bring it out into the world. So like the comedy people, in my opinion, are like really truly like they're like they're like astronauts out there, really like exploring that space. Because like I can't dream of like going and singing the wrong notes, like,
yeah, just going up like I'm gonna create a new song right now.
Yeah, like so. There's the other thing is like that does exist. I love doing that, and like I've done that with, and it happens more often than not when you're collaborating with other musicians, like whether it be like my band or whatever. That, how do I explain it? So that like improv with music, that comes from experience. And that comes from relationship building. It doesn't necessarily come from skill. To truly like get really good at improvising with other musicians, especially, is like you have to build up trust, and you get your reps in, and you figure out like if I'm going to stretch a song on stage with my band, we go into a jam and just like see where it goes. It always seems to start out kind of the same way because we know this is like, that's the safe space.
Yeah.
And then like I try, you have to completely let go, completely be driven and steered by the music. And sometimes you have to be really open and let the other people like kind of tell you where to go too. And the music will tell you where to go. So like, AI is never going to be able to kind of to replace that thing or that part of music, especially. But improvising is like, that's the purest form of creation, right?
That sounds so difficult, but
it's crazy.
But I bet it's also one of the most rewarding when you nail it.
Yeah. Well, you know how like music, they say music is a language.
Yeah.
I can go to Rio de Janeiro and listen to they're like somebody playing guitar, or I can go to like Spain and listen to flamenco music and pick up on the rhythm and everything. And then if you have that basic skills of like rhythm and being able to play and knowing the key that they're in, and you're asking what the key, like you could go you could start to fit into that.
Yeah.
That muscle memory, like it's in every musician. But yeah, like music is a language.
It's a language.
Yeah. It's like it's a cliche thing people say, but it's cliche for a reason, because it truly is. Like you can go show up to some other place in the world, or somebody shows up on your doorstep, and you can not be able to talk to each other, English to a different language or whatever, but you can play music together, and it's truly the most unifying force I've found in my life here on this planet. Like music is the most unifying thing I've ever experienced, I think.
I'll give you one example of that I've had actually a couple times personal experience going to foreign countries like you're talking about. And even if I don't play an instrument, I play like brass, but I'm not going to carry my trumpet.
What is it? A trumpet?
Well, trumpet. I play a few brass instruments, but trumpet's the one that I was best known with. Not that I was ever known.
He's got this whole other career. He's
like the masked trumpet
Yeah,
player,
I actually play sets at like the Blue Note in New York City.
I'm like those pictures up.
I'm like the marshmallow of the trumpet world. Nobody knows, but me and Wynton Marsalis, we used to go toe to toe. No, but going to like any other country and just getting to know people there, like you're drunk at a bar and then all of a sudden you got like these like 20 old Italian dudes and they teach you the song that they're singing.
Yep.
And then you're just singing. And they're like, oh man, this is a great like cultural thing. I have no idea what I'm saying. I might even just be, like lipping something, like sounding off some of the phrases. But it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it really is.
On that note though, because I've got like kind of a debate in my house.
Okay.
Do you have music playing in your house all the time? Not all the time, but like from wake to bed?
Yeah. Podcasts too. I went through a phase of not listening to a whole lot of music.
Okay.
Normally I like having music on when I'm doing stuff around the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me too. My wife, it's not that she doesn't like it, she just doesn't think about it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, Rachel, right now, like turn the music on in the morning. Like I'll walk in the house and be like, "Have you not had music on all day?" And she's like, "No." It's like that didn't bug you. She's like, "I didn't even think about it." I'm
You
like,
wanna hear
"All right."
something?
I'm like Dire Straits now.
You want to hear something super messed up? I drove from Charlotte, North Carolina, back to Maine, and probably listened to 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess. Is that about a 9-hour, 10-hour drive?
That's about a 15-hour drive.
Oh, geez.
16-hour drive.
And the rest of it, you were just in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just driving.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna come out. Dude, like, okay, so like, yeah, I'm
My
glad
girl
that you
calls
said
me a
that.
serial killer.
No,
She's
dude.
like, that's like full serial killer vibes. And I'm like,
I could do like I could go hours actually driving too, and without like music.
yeah.
Or a podcast or something like that too. So I'm saying you're not alone. Like I think, but like sometimes I find out like I'm like in my head, dude. There's like full on cinematic shit going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep.
Absolutely.
My eyes have been on the road. Everyone is cool. I'm just watching a movie in my head, and I can multitask. But yeah,
everything's so loud, you know.
Yeah,
like
sometimes you gotta embrace the silence.
I was
right?
heading home from a tour, so like I had been like in around loudspeakers and people asking me questions and like doing all these things and like I just was I didn't even realize I was doing it though. I didn't intentionally set out not to listen to anything the whole ride, but I did, yeah. And just I think it was like I hit New York going over the George Washington Bridge, and at that point I'm sitting in like traffic for like 40 minutes.
It's because you started hearing horns,
and I realized that I hadn't listened to anything. I'm like, I'm at that point I'm like 6 or 7 hours from home still, to going home down in the city, and it's like I was like, damn, maybe I should put something on. So I listened to podcasts and a little bit of music for an hour. I was like, you know what? I'm turning this back. I'm just gonna try to go the rest of the way. Once I realized what I had done.
Yeah. What do they call it now when like you see people on a plane doing it and they're just like no electronics, no reading, nothing.
Raw dogging a flight.
Raw dogging a flight. Yeah. Just raw dogging the drive from South Carolina
dude,
to
if you're
Maine.
gonna raw dog, dude, do it in a middle seat. I think like, you got middle seat.
That's a total core lord.
In the 30s.
That's a total core lord move, dude. If you're
just like right here, just make the other two people uncomfortable and shit. Just like kind of give them a look every now and then.
Honestly, there's the best. There's the best. Some of the like social media. This is where the internet is like wins, right? Is like there's guys. There's like people that publicly like will eat an onion or eat something weird.
I was just gonna bring that
next to somebody that's on like
Art, look up the onion on a plane.
Onion on a plane,
dude. That dude nuts.
And he's like blown up.
Dude, I heard Art laugh.
What the fuck?
My God,
AI?
dude,
what the fuck is this?
That's AI?
That's
Art
AI.
Just AI Joe with the trumpet waxing.
I look like
they're quick back there.
You look like a gremlin.
Quick trigger, dude.
Hey, you haven't waxed your trumpet.
So while he's looking for this onion on a plane, dude, which is they are hilarious. I've probably seen like 5 of them.
Yeah.
But I will say the raw dogging part. So like it was for probably 10 years of my like professional career. I didn't let myself listen to music on the weekdays, which sounds really weird.
Yeah.
But it was so Monday through until Friday at 3 p.m. And then I could listen to music from 3 p.m. through Sunday. Ooh. And but dude, it kept me like just thinking about so much random shit. I'm not proposing this to anybody because I was not a happy human. But
you were working stuff out in your head is what you're
but it was just dude, it was just building a business, building a brand. And like, but at the end of that week when 3 o'clock hit, man, because I was also on the road a lot. I was hitting vineyards. I was mostly in the vineyard back then. And you just turn music on and it was just like everything melted. You just felt like it was almost like that lack of it being present was like just so much more appreciated when it actually hit.
Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
So
wait, is this it?
Yeah.
Dude, oh my God, yeah.
Let's check it out, dude.
This guy's wild.
I think we got to critique it while he does this. I haven't seen this one.
Oh, dude, he doesn't even peel it.
Yeah, it doesn't even peel it.
He'll down.
That's a core lord.
He'll down the whole thing, dude. He doesn't.
Dude, this guy.
Look at this.
Oh my.
Love the guy
When
next
does
to him. He's got his ear pods.
When does this
AirPods
guy take
in.
notice? He knows it now.
I think he just hit his eyes.
Oh, he's
yeah,
uncomfortable.
he knows.
He's
Dude,
uncomfortable.
dude, he's drooling and shit.
It's kind of performance art, isn't it?
He does eggs too,
I
right?
don't know
Like
about
raw
this one.
eggs.
This guy's not giving him anything though. This guy's just.
Got a vintage rusty hoodie.
He's crying.
He moves to the side.
He's not even looking at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
down.
I think there was one where he ate a dozen raw eggs on a flight. You're
The
like, what are
snot
you
hanging out of his face, dude. That's
All right,
unbelievable.
here's the next. If we travel anywhere, we're booking the window and aisle seat,
Yeah.
and where whoever sits in the middle of us, you and I are both eating onions.
Oh my god,
Oh my god.
Let's see how that works out.
Clove of just eating raw garlic cloves.
dude! Do we really want to do that? Someone in the middle seat, dude?
I don't even want to eat a whole raw onion. That sounds miserable. Oof.
Yeah.
See, then they would know it's a bit though. If you both simultaneously
Yeah.
do it, you'd
Yeah.
have to space it out. You'd have to be like kind of an hour into the flight. And
Yeah.
you'd
Yeah.
like do it later on in the flight.
But
Or you don't. You know what the move is. You don't. You get on the flight acting like you're not friends and you don't know each other.
well, we could do that really well.
And then
That's pretty natural
And
for
then
me.
just be holding one. He's looking over, be like, "Do you want one?" Yeah. I mean, like, oh, I got another one right here.
Yeah. Oh my god, hand it over through them. Oh man.
That'd be like, yeah. That's like a simulation right there.
I do like also I gotta say though too, I like the armrest fights. Like where people they'll pretend like, okay, so it's like this thinking of etiquette, right? Playing etiquette, and
Yeah.
the person in the middle seat, some say that they get the armrests there because they're in the middle seat, and if you're on the aisle, you get yours over here in the window seat. So it was a guy that was like, he was in the middle and his armrest was like being taken. And so he would just film himself and pretend like he's sleeping.
Yeah.
And he would just do a power, like a little pop. And then the guy would like look at him like pissed, but then he's just like fucking, I was sleeping, dude. He would sell it. He would
Yeah,
sell it,
like
dude.
he's-
Like the
he's,
guy
like,
was like,
twitching on
I
his-
don't
yeah.
know what to do here. Like that.
Well, dude,
That is wild.
I've been punched in the face before in the middle of the night on accident, like when just like there's a rollover by like my wife and just like the long arm just whoop, bam, and you're like, what the?
Joe,
I'm like, I don't know if she was actually sleeping or if she was like just thinking about something that happened a week ago, and she's like, I forgot to punch him in the face for that.
She was thinking while she was sleeping.
yeah, Joe, I was going to tell you that wasn't an accident. That's when they kick your ass, is when you're sleeping and it turns into WWE and they're off the top ropes. And you wake up, you're like, my fucking back.
Oh
Like,
my
I
god.
don't know. You're getting old, I guess. You
He's
better
got
get used to it. Anyways,
Knife
better,
stuck in your arm.
better clean those dishes. But I do want to ask, so we don't forget, is that because we're talking about human connection, like live shows and stuff like that. Do you have any stories that you could share that like just highlighted that come up to mind where things didn't go quite right and you kind of had to pivot and adjust, or even like a fan like crazy interaction?
Man, yeah. So, well, that show was crazy because like it was live TV and I basically blacked out for the whole thing. And it was like, it's like a movie. You're standing there and they're making sure you look good and your like hair and all this stuff like that. That was like a wild experience. I'm trying to rack my brain for,
That was on NBC.
that show's on NBC and like so that from a live performance standpoint, going on live television,
That's got to be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, definitely an adrenaline rush.
Was it totally different than just going up live in front of an audience?
Yeah, because there's just more pressure and like I was sitting, I was like sitting and watching everybody perform before going.
Oh.
So I was like the second to last person to perform for that episode. So like I had to watch everybody. So it's just the fucking pressure keeps going.
God,
I'm like,
that's
God
the worst.
damn it. They put me on this giant pedestal and it was actually kind of like I told them, I was like, I don't want like performance. I want it to be like just me.
Yeah.
But they did have me up on this thing because I was like solo. And you climb up a ladder to get onto it. And then
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
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 Yeah, and then back when I had golden long locks of hair. So you climb up onto that, but then when the song's done and they cut to commercial,
Yeah.
I stayed on it. And they would just wheel you off the stage up on this pedestal. And I was just like, crying. I was like, this is hilarious. Like, cause just to save time and everything, because I got to clear the stage and get the stage set up for the next thing.
Yeah.
They got you trapped up on a pedestal.
A minute and a half to do it. It's crazy. The production's crazy, but yeah, they're like wheeling me off the stage on this fucking pedestal.
And did they interview you like right after, or something like that? Like after you've performed?
These shows, like, I got interviewed by a therapist. So years ago, when I first went out to LA, I went on The Voice.
Yeah.
To audition on The Voice. And I auditioned. I never aired. I never got any of those chair turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the blind auditions. I didn't get any chair turns. So I never aired. And they like basically bring you out of the studio, and on your way out, you stop at a trailer in the back lot, and there's a therapist there, legally there to like talk to you. To like make sure you're okay.
Jeez.
And to like, you know, like,
Whoa.
yeah, it was wild. It was wild. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, but hold on. Think about that. If you want to be a therapist, that's a fucking gig.
That's a sick gig. Yeah. Props to that.
I just interview everyone on The Voice.
Yeah.
Props to that.
It's like
they
a
put you through?
5-minute friend that's a therapist. You know, they're all you know, they're all
What
just in
a-
it for the money anyway.
What
Yeah,
a
just-
job.
yeah.
Yeah, no
You used to
shit.
hang out on Hollywood lots. That's sick. No, there's so many. I'm trying to think of like other weird moments of like travel and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, but I mean that's pretty. I had no idea about that aspect of it. That would be so weird to think, because you also, I'm guessing the wait time to audition for that process was long.
it was it was like months, like of like that. Both take a long time. The one that I actually went on live TV for was like a couple months, and then out there for like 2 weeks. But the original time I went out and auditioned for The Voice, like it started with me getting on a bus at home, and then taking a bus down to the city, down to New York City. I got off the bus, I went to my audition, I got back on the bus, and I went home back to Maine. Like, and it's crazy. Like that audition, like it was just held in like a recording studio, kind of near Times Square. But yeah, just went in there. I had my guitar, and I brought some tracks, some pre-recorded guitar tracks to sing to. And you go in there, and like you can't even see anybody because the way the lights are all set up. And everything. So it's like there's like 15, 20 people in the room, like, you know, producers and everything, and they're like, and they interview you. They get, you know,
It's almost like an interrogation at the same
it's
time.
like an intense spotlights on you. Like, yeah,
you do
it's
need therapy after
1,000.
That's right. That just happened to me,
It's
dude.
like they take you on this long ride, and then you don't make it, and they're like, probably some people. That's just it. Like you, like to be in this industry, you got to have thick skin, and you got to let stuff just. I'm fine being told no. Like my whole career, like you're told no at so many ways. You're starting out and doing stuff and growing as an artist. You're told no every day, every week. You know, it's like it's so. But you got to have thick skin for sure to just like keep going in this. Not that like I don't get, you know, bent out of shape from time to time about shit, but like it's like that's just human. But yeah, it's a wild.
But people talking shit and making like it makes you like take a step back and be like, am I doing everything as well as I could? And like if you believe in what you're doing, then you just like fuck them.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest piece of pride you can take from it, right? That's like just knowing that you may not be just like, I feel like I could probably sell myself as a total whore to be, selling a hell of a lot more wine or whatever else, but it's like, I don't want to do that.
But then you're not writing songs, for yourself. That's when like, that kind of ties into this whole conversation, everything we've talked about, whether it's AI or the artistry of things. It's like, why are we doing this in the first place? And it's like, it's the love of it. It's the feeling of like, for me, like I'd like die if I couldn't do
Yeah.
it. You know, I'd die if I couldn't do it. And so that's like, that's where it all comes from.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're stoked to have you. I know we haven't even talked about it. You're going to be playing a show at Quilt & Co. on the rooftop tonight. Let's see. You sold that show sold out.
Yeah,
So I think we opened another one. And that one sold out. And so
Yeah.
we had a third. So obviously, like you got people know who you are. People like the music, love the music. So we're really, really like happy to have you.
Oh man,
Can't wait. I think people are stoked.
I'm stoked to be here.
And downtown Napa is just like it's like kind of getting to like perfect vibe right now. Like there's enough hustle and bustle, but it's not too much like a big city. There's a lot of great food, a lot of great things to do. Like and it's just we're really happy to be a part of it and stoked to have you down there.
I'm stoked to be here. Yeah, thanks. I mean, thanks for having me on and connecting. And like, it's been amazing to see what you do and the whole process of winemaking here. And it's a beautiful part of the country too. And there's a lot of cool artistry. And what I notice about this town, people are here to work, man. Like I just driving through town, people work. Like it's a farming town. It's like, it seems like,
Yeah, it still is. It's still got the farming roots for sure.
yeah.
Well, I told you that, Joe. Just recently, we started pairing songs with wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that seems to be something that I think everyone's really getting a kick out of and
Yeah.
vibing at because
Yeah.
it's really connecting the two of like when you're enjoying this wine, you know, the kind of music and vibe that creates that. So.
Well, I think that's just a way for people to understand kind of maybe our intention to a little deeper degree too, because to your point, somebody's going to take one of your songs and totally internalize it completely different than what you wrote it as, right? And so I think it kind of helps with that and any sort of way for people to learn and connect. So they're tasting, they're smelling, they're seeing, they're now hearing, they're, you know, all that shit. You want the full experience for people to just be like locked in and be like, man, I feel good.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what we're all trying to do. If you, this is one question I wanted to ask. So we're not talking genres, but in adjectives, how would you describe your key styles or your key kind of way of maybe what people would expect when listening to your music?
Singer-songwriter with blues and rock and roll intertwined into a nostalgic delivery of driving down the highway at golden hour.
Okay. All right.
I don't know, man. That's
a story.
Yeah. The cinematic thing, you know? Yeah.
I mean, I felt like depth
with
like that's maybe the first thing that struck me.
Oh yeah.
Listening to the music, like you could tell right off the bat that there was depth to the songs,
Yeah.
which
Thanks,
is
man.
the opposite of, you know, your curated sort of like make it sound like this, sing these words,
Yeah.
and the 15-year-olds are gonna love it.
Writing for the algorithm.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got that too. There was a lot of heart.
yeah.
And it was also, I could tell when I get really into it because I do not have a voice, but I like to go in the car. And
Yeah, but
just
you're
like,
loud as fuck.
And I just like to turn you up. And then I like to kind of like sing it in the
start
background,
singing?
like I'm gonna like lay me down in your valley.
Your kiss is the sun.
Damn, okay, yeah. Wow, dude, this is like a bucket list happening like right now.
Let Coyote do the singing, okay?
Okay,
Please.
I could die
No, it's
1,000 times.
beautiful,
Wait, come
man.
on, man. We got this
Beautiful,
guitar right here.
You're getting like WWE at it. Oh, oh, oh.
That's usually all I can do. I just have to go like scratchy. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that you could tell that's it's just always a great sign. Like you said, I just love what you said that it's like a gift to your fans. You know, you're not writing, you're writing for yourself, right? You put your heart and your soul into something, and it gives it away. And it kind of reminds me of just like mandalas, where like it's like that design. You know, you craft and you spend etching in the sand and create this whole thing, and just to kind of put it into the river and release it. So
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty in art is like, 100%.
Well, this is like the first time. I think there are a couple things. Number one, this is the first time we had two guys in camo pants on the podcast. Okay,
Got the quote.
yeah, we did.
go.
We did,
dude.
dude.
It's
We
Hey,
passed
we
the
were just
test.
talking about
if I got the memo, I
Can't
would have
see
done
us.
it too. But on top of it, dude, we got a trio of denim jackets.
Yeah.
We've never had that either.
Dude, this too. dude? What?
You got black, blue,
We're-
and tan.
Dude, what's up with you, bro?
We're all
What do
synced
you-
up.
you're
I don't know. I was
not-
trying to look like a camel or something today, dude. I don't know.
I love it. I love a tan going on safari.
Yeah, you're like a desert bear, dude. Those exist. They do
Desert
now.
bear,
Yeah.
right.
He gets that a lot in the comments.
I do. I
Desert
do.
bear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he's a bear, I
Yep.
guess.
Yeah.
Celebrated. Anyways,
So-
that's a good way to end
I'm
it.
celebrated as a trumpet playing bear. Is that what we're like the podcast was?
Dude, that kills,
Here comes
dude.
the new AI image.
I used to be a winemaker, but now, yeah. Well, no, King Kyote, again, pleasure to have you on the podcast.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
super excited about tonight and being able to be there
For
and
sure,
watch you
100.
perform.
Thank you.
Hell, you're welcome. You know, come back, do some wine tasting, bring some friends, do
would
some
love to.
shows, and wish you only the best
Thank you so
with
much.
the future endeavors.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for having me.
Thanks, bro.
This
Yeah.
has been amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate
I mean,
it.
it was
Thank you.
a good
Thank
time.
you.
It was a good
Thank you
time.
for
Yeah,
everything.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
killer.
Sorry, man.
Keep it going, 'cause here we go.
They're on. I don't
A
know.
little live
right, we rolling?
performance
Yeah.
in the Go With Your Palate studio by
All right.
King Kyote.
Lay me down in the sea. Let the waves set me free. Mother Nature wash right over me. Set me down on the highest peak. Watch the sunrise in the east. Mother Nature, she don't lie to me. She don't lie, she don't lie, no, no. She don't lie, she don't lie, no, no. She don't lie, she don't lie, no, no. Don't you lie to me. Don't you lie to me. Plant a garden, let the roots grow deep. Water in the sunshine should give you everything you need. Mother Nature, she don't lie to me. She don't lie, she don't lie, no, no. She don't lie, she don't lie, no. She don't lie, she don't lie, no, no. Don't you lie to me. Don't you lie to me. Don't you lie to me.
Hell
Yeah.
Thank you.
First time ever for Go With Your Palate,
Yeah.
dude. And that was fucking rad, dude.
Thank you. Thank you. Stoked.
That
Stoked.
was awesome.
That song's called Mother Nature. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Oh, man.
Well, thank you for doing
Dude,
that, man.
yeah.
That was great.
Thank
Yeah.
you so
Yeah,
much.
thank
This
you.
has been super rad, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
stoked.
dude. That was fucking rad. Oh, yeah, dude.